Welcome to TCM. TCM is short for Telecommunication and Computer Networking Laboratory. My name is Sam Xu. I'm a professor at the Computer Science Department and also the director of this lab. This lab was initially funded by Motorola in 1996. Every 2 to 4 years, our equipment gets updated. TCM has also received substantial funding from industry to support both research and service projects. Our research focus currently is on advanced web engineering. We have web application development, web security, web data engineering, and web-based healthcare engineering. We have several professors and a PhD student from College of Nursing participating in this joint project. In the funding focus, currently we are focused on getting funding from industry to support our research activities. So far, we've been pretty successful getting funding from industry. We start getting funding from industry in 1996. Since 1996, you can see, so almost every year we have funding from industry. And also, we've been successful in publication too. At this moment, we have the following faculty participating in this TCM research group. Also, we have teamed up with another 2 faculty from nursing. That's a very brief introduction of the TCM lab. My name is Sam Xu. Thank you for coming.
Hello, I'm Abhi Pandya. I and Dr. Sam Xu are in charge of this TCN lab, and we have several young faculty members who also help us out. So we have several very outstanding students. The main focus of our lab are research projects from industry, which are very hands-on research projects, where we have a big component of in-lab research that we do here and provide it to industry. We still have most of our students supported on the Motorola grant. And another fraction of our research deals with healthcare related things. We team up with researchers in the nursing college, and Shi Hong is one of the lead researchers, along with her student Shuban, who are carrying out that work.
Hello, my name is Shi Hong Huang. I'm here in a member of the TCN lab. My contribution, my main research in this domain is really for nursing language research. And these are the 2 posters we have here, supported by Quantum Foundation, Center for Innovation in School and Community Well-being. And this is another poster we had with the nursing school, as talking about this research development of a practice application of this caring-based nursing language in this multidisciplinary community practice. And our work of nursing language research is really based on this Dr. Parker's nursing caring model to try to automatically to do this nursing language. At least 3 students involved so far. We have Shuban, who's sitting right here. He is doing this quantify the nursing data for the purpose for the healthcare improvement. So we want to have this feedback, round-trip engineering from first assessment to the last evaluation and coming back to the whole nursing practice. I will have a separate presentation solely focused on this nursing language project that we are working on. Thank you. As part of our TCN lab, the research activity is really the main part of the lab's activity. We have weekly these lab meetings. So as part of the research result, we publish actively in the papers in journals, proceedings. So we put some of the research publications right here on the wall.
And it helps the new students understand what our expectations are and what kind of work has been already done on the topic that they've chosen, so they build on the existing body of the work at the lab.
I'm Saeed Rajput. I am a regular member of this lab. We have a collaboration between Nova Southeastern University's Network Security Lab and this lab. In this lab, my research focus is mostly on security and telecommunications. But 3 or 4 research teams that worked on drive test data visualization project and that resulted into about 3 different master's thesis. The data was collected through drive testing, the specific routes, and measurements on a cell phone signal were made, and then we were able to plot various characteristics of the data over a map so that we can visualize the data properly. And this particular project was very helpful for Motorola to reduce the cost of testing in the field, their cell phones. Another focus of my research is on security. So in this research, Xiaogong Sun was one of my students, evaluated the effectiveness of a defense mechanism that he proposed against worms and internet malicious code that spreads on the internet. And as a picture, he would place in many detectors in various locations on the internet, and using those detectors we were able to show that the virus spreading can be limited. Another sample research was state-based authentication. Again, the work was done in collaboration with Dr. Sam Shu. Quite an interesting piece of work that Motorola found very useful, and I believe they are still using it. So this gives us an overview of a complete system that Motorola was trying to do. They had database servers in which the drive test data was initially recorded, and they wanted to have remote access to the information which was properly parsed, reorganized, so it could be searched easily. Several visualization applications were written so that users can visualize the data in a timely and more efficient manner. And this slide shows us the parser, automatic parser, and various filters and modeling tools that were developed, reporting tools, charting tools. Here is an interesting chart which shows the defects of various cell phone types. And this is an interesting plot where you can see that the data was actually plotted over Google Charts. So it will help people to visualize the data, and different coloring can provide different pieces of information. For example, the coloring can be used to rank the different strength of the signal. Visualization tool, as you can see, it's actually pointing to where the signal is coming from, and as the car is driving, it's actually redrawing the drive for you with proper annotations. It's a great tool, and I think they loved it. And you can literally see the speed of the drive and where the signal was coming, which tower it was coming from. So it's a very powerful tool for people to visualize the data.
Rina is a PhD student. She is another one of our students who is working in the healthcare area. It's a very exciting project which involves multidisciplinary research with some of the radiologists and radiological technicians or radiological sciences and engineering people from University of Tokushima in Japan, some of the audiology and ENT people from FAU, and a physician and MD PhD also from FAU. What she's doing is working on people who have problems with hearing, in the sense of a disease called tinnitus. Very often people hear this buzzing sound in their ears, and it becomes very, very annoying. And what she's doing is developing computational models for that and trying to come up with a method to treat these people.
Hi, my name is Serkan Ral. I'm working on the multi-user interference mitigation in 802.11 networks. A lot of users started to use the 802.11 networks, and actually that caused ununiform and non-homogeneous user distribution in 802.11 networks. As can be seen clearly here, some access points are heavily loaded, but some of them are not. Our idea was to develop an algorithm which takes into account the number of users connected to access point, and by using that data plus the transmit power of the access point, it can increase or decrease the transmit power of access point to reduce the negative effect of interference on other connections.